Hello, dear all learners. In our previous class, we have discussed about CSS border. It's in lesson 7, and today we're going to discuss about CSS margin in the same lesson 7. Let's start with that. First, you have to understand what is CSS margin means and why is that for. CSS margin actually using to determine the gap between two elements. So say for example you decided to set up two elements, such as like one paragraph, next to that paragraph you wanted to write another paragraph. So between that two paragraph, what would be the gap into the website page? CSS margin has determined that one. So if you consider about the definition of CSS margin, it is like that. It is here. It's saying that margin are used to create space around the elements outside of any defined borders. That means it creates space around that elements. Elements means like table or image or a paragraph or any other link which you create into your website using HTML. So this margin has actually 5 properties, such as margin itself, which is called margin shorthand. We'll give you the example soon, then you will be more clear on it. Then second one is margin top, margin right, margin bottom, margin left. So margin top determine that how the gap would be of that specific elements on the top side, and the right means right side, bottom means bottom side, and left means left side. And each that properties has their own value. You can determine, it's up to you how you want. Those are here: auto, length, percentage, and inherit. What does auto value means? It means the browser will decide when you write auto, the browser will decide according to the standard that the developer have set up into the browser, that how between two elements gap would be. If you write auto, so it will be automatically, browser will decide automatically. And if you want to determine you want to decide that how gap that should be on your page, you can also do that with the specify the length in pixel or in cm, I mean centimeter. So you will see those examples soon. And percentage, it's very important and effective and essential to determine your margin into percentage, because nowadays responsive website become more and more popular due to the use of different device. So if you determine the percentage, so it does mean that according to the device where the website will be displayed, it will take that percentage of that device, which helps you to create a responsive page. And then inherit means that you just write inherit. What will happen, that for that specific elements, it will follow its parents elements. So in between two elements, which is parents, and if the parents have a certain amount of margin, and the second element which you are you are writing inherit, it will inherit the previous I mean the parents of that specific elements. You will see soon in the example. So let's start with the first properties, margins properties, which is margin itself. And this margin properties is using to shorten and to minimize your code, such as here. Use the margin shorthand property with 4 values. Here I can prepare the documents like that with the example. P means the paragraph, which is the element. So in this paragraph, for this paragraph, I'm determining that margin would be 25 px, means pixel, 50 pixel, 75 pixel, 100 pixel. The first one saying that the margin of top of paragraph would be 25. So first value represent the top side, and then second value represent the right side of that paragraph, and then third value determine that bottom side of that paragraph, and then fourth value determine the left side of this paragraph. So how the left side gap would be between that paragraph and between the left any other elements on its left. So let me show you in the example, then you'll be more clear. Let's go to our previous page that we have left over in our previous class. If you can watch our previous class, that will be helpful for you to understand this class as well, this lesson as well. So in our previous lesson, we were up to, in the code, we were up to here. Yeah, we determined the border, all the border, how it would looks like. So you can design the border like this: border style dotted, border style dashes, border style solid, and so and so. So we have discussed in our previous class. Let's determine the margin itself here for this paragraph, which is dotted, and where that paragraph is in our HTML code, it's here. So, and where is that border looks like into our page? It's here. Let me show you where is that. Yeah, it's here. This is the page that we have generated in our last class. So now all the borders you see here is actually according to the browser decided browser set, or according to the default setup of the browser, how this all border is looks like, or how it's the gap between this line and between these border, and how the gap is between this border and between this border is all now by default is determined. So we can manipulate this gap between this place, this paragraph to this paragraph, this border to this border. That's what we are going to learn and do today in our class. So let's start with the first one. If I go to the code, CSS code, this is the HTML page code, and this is the CSS code. You know that you need to do all the CSS code into our CSS page, which I generated here, style.css. So first paragraph border means here. So inside that curly bracket, I will write down margin, which I just showed you where the code is. It's here. So just write down this code into here, Now what will be look what will how it will looks like into after I give this code here. You can imagine it will be 25 pixel on the top of this border, dotted border, and 50 will be on the right side of that border, 75 will be at the bottom side of the border, this dotted border, and 100 would be on the left side of the border. Right side means this 25 pixel is means that it means that top side of here, this side, and then 50 pixel means the right side. It's here. I'm pointing my mouse pointer, it's here. How the gap would be between this border, at the edge of this border, and the border of the page. And then 75, it's saying that the bottom side from this point, how the gap would be between the next border. So it's saying that the margin is determined between two elements. So here the two elements are the first dotted border, next to the border is dashes border. So these two are actually elements, and how the gap would be. So here the gap would be 75, and the 100 pixel will be determined on the left. So page, edge of the page, and the left side of that border. So let's see, after I set up this code and make it refresh, here we go. You see that the whole border now has set up according to has set up the margin according to the margin that I have given into our code. So hope you have understand how it looks like. It's really very important actually for a designer or developer to understand how the margin is working. Is because you will decide how you want to make your website to be look like. So it is very important for you to understand, so that you can easily manipulate your page. And let's go to our second example, which is here in this code I have said that all these I have determined all the all sides of gap of margins, that 25, 50, 75, 100. You also can determine by not writing all of it. Like say for example, you just can write not the 100. So if you don't write the 100 here, what will happen in the third example, in the second example, as you can see here. So if you don't write 100 means what? 100 means that gap between left side on the page, which is this side and this side. This gap is saying that from here to here it is actually 100 pixel. Now if I don't write this 100 pixel into our code, that who will represent with this 100 pixel, it would be the this side, I mean a right side pixel that you have given. So if you don't write the left side pixel, what the system will understand, system will take automatically the right side gap, and it will replace with this place. So once you don't write 100 pixel, you don't determine the left side. However, the browser will automatically take the right side value as its left side value. So in that case, the right side value is 50. So if you don't write 100 and left side value also, the system browser will take it automatically as as 50 pixel. So let's have a look how it looks like here. Just let me use that code into our next border. So here it's left side border is okay. So here is our left side pixel margin pixel is 50. So it does mean that this 75 is replacing the bottom side, but it doesn't replacing the left side. So how the left side will be covered? The browser will take this value as also the left side value. So let's see how it does. It looks really not like that or not. Here we go. You see here the second border is this, and then first border is this. In first border we determine the 100, which is from here to here. Now second border we didn't determine anything, but it takes the border from the right side as a 50. So if you see the gap between from here to here and the gap between from this place to here, it's equal. So that means it takes 50 from here, from actually here, this value, it takes this value. So similar way you also can do this one. Only put 2. Now what the browser will understand, 25 is the top, so always opposite side taking each other place. So here 25 is the top margin. So I didn't determine the bottom margin here. So but browser will take automatically 25 as their bottom margin, and the right side one will be this one. Sorry, top right side one is a 50 pixel. So as I said, according to the last previous second example, it will take the left side one. So let's see how it looks like into our, this is the third one. It's now is gonna be according to our code. See, so left side is the similar, exactly similar. Look here the gap is same, but the top one also determined by 20. It does looks like more than 20. It's not actually more than 20 because it's overlap from this border. We determined in our code, we determined the second border, dashed border, bottom side is 100, like 75. So it does mean that from here until here it is actually 75, and then we determine the third border, top side is 25. So the altogether the gap looks bigger because this second border takes 75 and this third border top side takes 25. So altogether 75 and 25, it's equal to 100 pixel. That's why from here to here it's showing that 100 pixel. I hope you understand that why the gap is bigger. It's actually showing the right gap. Hope you understand. If you don't, just leave a note, leave a text message or leave a note at the bottom, leave a comment, I'll reply you. It's the same way all the other elements. If you want to set up a margin according to your desire, so you can do that according to how to say that, according to the margin rules that I have just showed you. And here you go, there is another way. If you don't want that the window will decide how the margin top will be looks like, you don't want let the window decide, Explorer, Internet Explorer or browser to decide. You can set up by yourself the top side how it looks like. So in that case you can just write down margin top. In our previous example we have shown you margin itself, which is this is the shorthand way. So you just write margin will automatically take top left, top right, bottom left. So top right, bottom, left. So here you can determine the top how it would be in different way, which is this. So I'm gonna show you this code into our double border, which is called a double. So now how it looks like, it will, this margin is saying that only top side, I determine the top one, so now it's not gonna be the bottom side. If I in our previous example I said that the one side, if I just write margin and write down like that, the one side, top side, if I write top side but I don't write bottom side, still the bottom side will replace by the top side, because I have used the code called margin, which is shorthand code of margin, but here I have determined a margin top, so it will be just for top, this 100 pixel only for top of the fourth border. Just have a look, see, now this is the fourth border, and I said that top gap between another one. Where is the another elements on this border on the top? It is this one. In these elements, I said the bottom one will be 25, I believe. Bottom one will be 25. So here is 25 until here, and then the rest from here to here, it is actually saying that 100 pixel of that I have just used here top, it's 100 pixel. Hope you understood. The similar way everything you can do, like all other side you can set up the margin. I hope you can do by yourself after this example, which is margin right, bottom, left. Also, by not writing all the code and separately, you can also write all the code in one code, which will save your time, which is here, this one. So you can write like straight away top, right, bottom, left with that code. Let's do it into onset. Yep. So this onset border, top 100, right 50, bottom 80, margin left 20. I'm determining according to this way. So just to make it looks more organized, just take it into one line, will be easy for you to understand later. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so let's see how it looks like on the border, say outset. What is outset? Outset are here, and outset border. So just refresh it. Look, outset border, top side 100, then the right side 50, it's here 51 from here to here, and then bottom 80, from here to here 80, and no border means no border. It's taken the over the other, it looks like bit bigger the gap, but it's actually 80, which is overlap with the other border, which is called no border. This line with this, from this line, and the left side is, what did I mark? Okay, setup is 20, so it's 20 from this place to this place, it's 20. I believe now it's make you completely it gave you completely clear idea how you can manipulate and do set up the margin of your any of your elements. If you have any kind of question on this lesson, you can give us a comment below, and I will definitely get back to you as quick as possible. Thanks for watching our video, and please do subscribe our channel to find all the lessons that so far we have been done. It will help you definitely to understand if you follow each of that lesson one after one. So we have been done so far lesson 7. So yeah, there will be more lesson is coming on its way actually. Thanks for watching our channel.